Can come on live. Please, please, please. Rosie is here. Yay! I'm excited. So we're waiting for Rosie to come on while we also wait for Kachi to join. I don't know if they're together, but I want to think or believe they would be together. So while we wait for Rosie, she'll be up in a few minutes. Rosie, please. Yes, we're waiting for you to join in. Waiting for Rosie, waiting for Kachi. Rosie, we accepted your request already, so we're waiting for you to come on. Okay, so they're together, which is very cool.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi.
It's really nice to have you guys here. I am so excited.
Thank
you so much. Thank you.
So we know it's quite belated, but we want to say first of all, congratulations.
Thank
you
for winning the reality show, and it's really good to see both of you together. Okay, so quick one. We'll just quickly do like we'll run through it because of time and so that we can get as much detail as we can get from you. Okay. So first of all, I'll be asking a question individually, but I think I should ask Kachi first. We know that people have different impressions and beliefs about love. What is your personal definition of love?
For me, most importantly, love is patience. Love is trust. Love is understanding your spouse or your partner. I mean, for me, I believe that without love, there is little that you can achieve as a couple. So, but when you are able to build love, and then it solidifies whatever you want to do as a couple, it unites the both of you together. So for me, I think love is trust, love is patience, love is loyalty, love is compassionate. So that's my definition of love.
Thank you. Over to you, Rosie. Rosie, what's your personal definition of love?
For me personally, God is love, first of all. And we inhabited love from God because we're made in his image. So love is not a feeling, because people say, oh, you fall out of love. No, God is love, and he never fell out of love. He loved us first before we even loved him. So if I'm made in the image of God and God is love, then I'm love. So I cannot give you what I don't have. So if I'm love, I should see you as love and love you for who you are.
Wow, that's deep. Thanks, guys. So now we want to find out. We know that before going into the house, some people went there to network, some people went there to just make friends. What was your goal going into the house? What was your major goal going into the house?
Me or Rosie?
Yeah, we could start with Kachi first, and then we'll run it over to Rosie. Make it easy.
Okay. The reason why I signed up for the show, right, was because I was tired of being single. Yes, I was tired, and I've had series of heartbreaks. Okay, so to be frank with you, I have to be very factual with you. When I went into the love pad, I never thought I was going to find love. Of course, you all saw what played out the first week, and then everything normalized. But along the line, I now discovered what love actually meant. I was exposed to what love mean, you know, and in fact, at some point, I got to realize that some of the problem I had in my previous relationship, the faults, were mine. So, when I got to the love part, I was open enough to accept love, okay, and by God's grace, I was able to find true love, which is Rosie.
Wow, that's Rosie. Are you blushing? I see the smile. That's good. So Rosie, what was your own goal going into the house?
Okay, my goal was that I was tired, like I kept asking myself if I was a problem, if there was something wrong with me. So I had given up on love initially, but then my friends kept pushing me because actually I was just in my house and my friend called me and said, I know you've given up on love, but why didn't you go for this? And I was like, nah, I had really shut love out. But then I was like, when I met with a few people and they told me, just have an open heart, just go with an open heart. And that's what I did. So you saw how everything played because I was able to bring down my wall, my defenses, and I was open to love. And finally, I have my love.
You found love, and that's actually very, very great.
Yeah.
And, very, very, interesting. So, it's good to know that, you both had one thing in mind going into the house, and that's finding love. And of course, when you're finding love in your partner, you have certain qualities that you're looking out for in that person.
Yeah.
So I'll start with Rosie. Rosie, when you got into the house, I know that, okay, fine, I'm going to look for love, I'm going to look for a partner. What were the qualities that you had put in place as regards finding the choice of a partner?
Okay, initially my spec, if I was to go with my spec, I wanted a tall, handsome, chocolate in color, outspoken, articulate, and all that. But that's my spec. But sometimes what you want is usually not the best for you. It's just the good for you. So God just gave me the best.
So I'll come to you, Kachi. I just want to talk about it. So what you're saying is when you got into the house, Kachi is not, you got a better version of what you wanted. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kachi, will go to you now. What were the qualities you were looking out for in a woman of your choice?
Okay. I was looking out for a woman that is charismatic, a woman that is outspoken, a woman that is not shy. I wanted to, most importantly, I was going for a mother because I come from a family that is very deep when it comes to love. So some of the principles, some of the attributes of my mom, I actually went into the house looking out for that attribute. And it's so interesting that during during our first dates, that was when I saw some of these qualities, some of those attributes in her. And I was ready. Far from the first date, I was ready to walk her down the aisle. Yeah, from the first date. So I saw those qualities, so those attributes, okay, and then I walked with it. She had no choice but to walk with me.
I was really expecting Rosie to bust out because the thought was just coming. Like I felt her enjoying what you were saying. That's actually very interesting. So guys, in the house, there were moments where you were paired up as a team. I want to believe that the reason for this pairing up was to build a connection between each party.
Yeah.
Did this influence your relationship, or was your relationship just naturally? Did it just come together naturally, or was it influenced by this process that was put together in the house?
For me, it's natural. It's natural because she was the first lady I speed dated in the house. Okay, and when we got talking, I saw those attributes. Like I said earlier, I saw those attributes, those qualities in her. But I think she wanted more. She wanted me to push more. You understand? And the problem was, if I find myself in a new environment, I like to take my time, understand my environment and the people, okay, before I can come out from my shell. So, but at that period, she wanted me to push more, okay, but when she wasn't getting that vibe, I think that was what led to what happened. But in all, I thank God for giving me Rosie. Yeah.
So basically, you were consistent. That's it. You
Yeah.
were consistent.
I
Okay,
was
good.
consistent.
Okay. So, well, we really want to know. We know about how you met and all of that, but there are pretty certain things we do not know. So,
Okay.
just want to give us a run through, a very brief run through of how your love story started. Just very brief.
Oh, okay. The love story actually started from the love part. After during the speed dating stuff, she was the first lady I speed dated, and then Auntie made us realize that when you're speed dating, you need to know more about your partner. You need to study her. You need to know more about her family, her life. Oh, yeah, the first week. I wanted to know more about her past, but she wasn't coming through with it. I never wanted to force it because I believe when you meet someone the first time, the person will get to trust you enough before the person can lead you to his or her heart. So I believe that was the process she was going through. Okay, that is the reason why I didn't force it. So, but from the first speed date, I already knew what I wanted. She will bear me witness that I told her, because she was like, okay, can you try other love guests? Can we just go around, And I said no. If you just give me your word now, I will stand by you. I will walk with you. I will walk with you. So I said that to her. And then I think she wanted to, perhaps she hasn't seen what she wanted, and she wanted us rather to speak to other love guests. Okay, so along the line, what happened? If you understand, yeah. So along the line, what happened? But the most important thing is, in the end, I have my ultimate prize, which is Rosie, because I was very, very ambitious. I am very, very ambitious. I always when I set out target for myself, I accomplish it. Not 100%, but I don't go below 50%. So that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently you hit 100%, so that's actually on point. Okay, so Rosie, just a quick question from what Kachi has said. Was there a reason why you wanted, both of you to try other love guests? Was there a particular reason to this?
Yeah. Initially, when I came into the house, he was more of a gentleman. He helped me with my bag. We had our speed dates, and I was like, the conversations were interesting. But he wasn't forthcoming, I was always the one coming to him. So I was like, dude, I'm not the one marrying you, you're the one marrying me. I'm not the one, I'm not the guy here. So why am I always the one coming forth, And he always kept to himself. So I was like, no, this. So when he went, told me his intentions the following day, because we were paired with other people. So when he told me his intention about, I was like, where's this one coming from? Because me, I know that there was I didn't connect from my own end, So where is it coming from? Because he was always keeping to himself. So, and the little time that we had talking, he wanted to know my past. I was like, Oga, calm down. I don't trust you enough to share that with you, I'm always the one coming forward. Is it boredom that is making you want to know my past or something? So, I just felt he wasn't serious, and I felt maybe, he should blend with other people. But even blending with other people, my heart was still with him, funny enough. And I was like, this guy pushed now, like, why you just, But at the end of the day, when we spoke about it, he took his blame, which I respect him for that. And he was like, he's sorry, So when we paired up, there, and I was like, so you had this all along. Where was group?
I think network is a little bit. Can you hear me now, Rosie and Kachi? I can hear
Yes,
Yes,
yeah, we can.
So I was saying that from friendship
you. Okay,
became
so I
friends,
said that you had to, yeah.
and then we build trust,
Okay.
and then from trust, because you don't.
Sorry, I think network is messing up a bit, but I'm with you now.
Okay, so I was saying that from friendship,
Yeah.
grew trust, because you trust someone you love.
Yeah.
You don't love someone you trust. So
yeah.
from trust, love grew, and that was it.
That's actually very, very interesting. So this next question is for Rosie, particularly.
Okay.
So Rosie, as a proud mom, yeah, that you are, what was it like making, first of all, the decision to go to a reality show that is love centered, and not just that, how was it like deciding that? Did you get my question? There was a glitch at some point. Did you get my question?
Yeah. No, I heard
Okay, so
as a proud mom.
Yes.
Okay.
So are we together now? Is network? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I said, as a proud mom, how was it like making the decision to go to not just any reality show, one that is love centered, right? One that is centered around finding love. How was it like making that decision as a proud mom that you are?
Well, speaking from my experience, it was hard. In fact, I was even scared. I was scared. First, I was scared to leave my son, my 3-year-old son. It was really hard. I know I cried on my way to the airport. But there was one thing I kept in mind, and I kept praying, that my brothers even prayed with me, that the man for you will accept you for you, would accept all your flaws, and would accept your son. And I kept saying amen, because I'm this kind of person that when you tell me, oh, I want to date you, I will tell you straight up, I'm a single mom. I don't mince words. From the day one, I will tell you. So if you want to waka, please don't waste my time. I'm that kind of person. I will tell you there that I'm a single mom. You want to deal. Luxuries, be playing around or doing hanky panky. No. So and he would accept me for me. At some point in the night, I would whisper and I would tell God that, please, I don't want your will. I don't want. Stubborn sometimes. I can be stubborn most times, but regardless of that, I was like, let me just go trusting and having faith in God that I would find love. So that was it.
Thank you for that. So we know that, now that you're out of the house, reality has set in as it should. And
Yeah,
actually the dynamics are pretty different. How
yeah.
have you been able to adjust to this change? And what are your plans to move on, to forge on with this?
When we got out of the house, first of all, we were hit with the pandemic. So, as a mom that I am, the first thing that came to my head was my son. But we were rest assured that our families are safe. Um, and then we were more relaxed. Now, having to meet ourselves now without cameras, without anyone there, it's quite interesting. Although a lot hasn't really changed, but improvement has actually. We've actually improved on now. I understand him more even without him saying anything. And he'll be like, "Why do you know me? Why do you know me so well?" So, and I said, "It's love." And my love is so deep in the sense that I don't need to be with you to sense that you're in trouble. That's how deep my love goes. So even if he doesn't say anything, I just look into his eyes and I know he's troubled, so I can tell. And he understands me very well, like perfectly. It's unbelievable. So I could not say anything. I could just be on my phone and he knows that, okay, she's moody. Should I leave her alone? Should I ask her? Should I play with her to take her out of this mood? So he understands me. So it's more like a balance for us. And it's quite interesting. Do
Yeah,
we fight? No. Do we quarrel? Yes, because we have our differences. But
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
beginning to listen to him more than when I was in the house. So I'm beginning to listen more. I'm beginning to be patient. And the best thing that's improved apart from our friendship is prayers. Like we pray more than before.
Thank you very much for that, Rosie. So, Kachi, what lessons or lesson have you learned from Rosie? In the course of knowing her, in the course of being together, what lesson have you learned? One major lesson actually have you learned from her?
Tolerance. Tolerance. Um, she already has said that she's stubborn.
Yeah,
You get that?
we got that. We caught that. Yeah.
So I have learned how to tolerate my patience. But sometimes I ask myself, am I from this planet? Because when it comes to patience, I have it. Okay? It's not as if, because I'm human, it's not as if I cannot react. Okay? But I think on a scale of 1 to 100, my patience is at 90.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, but before I will react, you must have gotten to maybe
Yes,
90,
so hard.
99 or 98 before I will react. So, in essence, I have learned how to tolerate. I have learned how to be more patient. Because to be frank with you, it has not been easy after we left the love part. But God, like she rightly said, God has kept us going, and I have learned how to tolerate.
Okay, sorry, there was a glitch, so I didn't know when he stopped. Thank you, Kachi. Rosie, I want to hear from you. What major lesson have you learned from Kachi since you met him and since you became an item?
Okay, like I said, behind the cameras, it's different.
Yeah.
So I have experienced his anger like
Wow.
twice. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, but it's expected. And most times, okay, I've learned also to say sorry when I'm wrong. But he also has learned to listen. because sometimes, you know, as a man, you feel that you're always right.
Mhm.
So he has learned to listen. More than that, he has also learned to be understanding, because sometimes, you know, men, you know, this ego thing. So I think humility. I've learned humility. I've learned to also listen to him. Um, like I said, we also pray more. We do. And sometimes even when he's tired, I'll just hold his hands. He's sleeping, but I pray, you know. So, and I've learned to be submissive. Yeah, to be submissive.
It's actually very, very cool to hear because apparently these things that you have learned from yourselves, is or ha are the things that have made you, stay till now and understand yourselves better. So it's really, really good to hear. The next question, yeah, I'm sure it's something everybody has been wanting to hear or they've been wanting to know, and probably a lot of people have been overflogged. When are we hearing wedding? When should we start to prepare ourselves for, the hashtag?
Well,
Very, very,
that
very
will be
soon.
communicated very
Very,
soon.
very soon. We are going to communicate officially. We're going to make it official. And
Okay.
yeah, very, very soon.
We can't wait. Honestly, we can't wait to pick our ashwebis and, to also come and slay at your wedding. So
Yeah.
we have just one more question to go. But before then, we'll just take a few questions from people, if that's
Okay.
fine. I'm sure people
It's
have different things they want to hear or want to know. Okay. So just please, okay, we'll just sieve the questions out. What it is, okay. Okay. Question, okay. Okay, so we have a lot of questions about have you gotten approval from her parents? I'm sure that's personal, so we'll just skip those. Just let me just I'm just trying to sieve out the questions that are necessary here. Um, okay, okay. Okay, so Rosie, the one apart from Hausa, Yoruba, and English, do you speak any other language?
I speak Turkish and a
Okay.
little bit of French.
Okay, so do you want to we want to hear you speak in Turkish or speak and we want to hear you say you love Kachi. So how would you say that in Turkish?
Seni seviyorum.
Send it to key.
Oh, no,
Seni
no,
sev
no, no, no. No, no, no. We won't take that, Kachi. So, Kachi, what other language do you understand? You have to reply in that language.
I understand Igbo.
Apart from Igbo, what other language do you understand?
Hmm. No, I only understand Igbo, English, and a little bit of Hausa.
Hausa. So, would you want to respond to her in Hausa?
Mamana, ina sonki.
Ooh. All right, guys. Thanks. So, the questions we have here are probably questions that we won't be able to take now. I'm sure with time people will get to find out. But there's
Okay.
just one question here that is key and would like to know.
Okay.
So the person wants to know if how have you been able to handle pressure outside the house? Because trust me, I know what it is to be the winner of a reality show. Not just that, to also be like an item already. We know how the internet reacts to this, your fans react to it. So have you experienced pressure from people around you, and have you been able to adjust to this pressure?
A lot, a lot. You know, when you get people like advising you, giving you their own opinions. This one would say this one would give you advice out. And you'd be like, okay, noted. You know, you've heard. But then again, discretion, discernment, and wisdom plays in it. You know, they mean well for you. So it's not that giving you advice is because a bad thing. No, it's not. It's just that they mean well for you. But then you just have to ask God for discernment and wisdom, because we pray over everything. We put God first in everything. So even when those pressures come, we take a step back. He knows the beginning from the end to the beginning. So we always ask Him directions in everything to be able to handle such pressures. Yes, we do. Does it become one? Yes. But in all, we sleep through it, we pray through it, we think about it. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. That's actually very encouraging. And that will lead to, the last question we have for you. We don't want you to go, but we have to just round up. So the last question is, we know that you have fans. So when I started the live interview, I saw a lot of Rock Nation, #ROKSIE, #Kaja, and I'm like, I'm jealous already. So you have fans, you have people that are looking, up to you and, rooting for you on 100. What advice do you have for people, your fans, your lovers that are also looking to find love and also, open to experiencing what love really is? What advice do you have for them?
Okay, for me, my advice to our fans and our supporters and our friends, the sky is big enough to accommodate every one of us. As much as possible, do not hate, but let love lead. Let love lead.
That's big, very big. Rosie, what do you have to say to your fans and to your lovers out there?
I would say that there is nothing, there is no action, there is no treatment that you will give to someone or someone giving to you that should make you go to hell. There's nothing should stop you from seeing your God that created you. So however you treat people, however people treat you, put it at the back of your mind that nothing on this earth should stop you from seeing God.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming on this interview, this live interview. It's been really, really insightful having you here, hearing your experiences and also, following through your journey of love. We wish you all the best in
Thank you.
this journey. We really can't wait. Please, we can't wait. When the bell starts to ring, please, can you send the invite to us first? We really can't wait to hear more blissful stories from and about, both of you. And to everyone who also tuned in to listen and to watch, thank you very much. It's been fun having you on this interview.
You.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day and please stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.